Hello everybody, welcome to my nook. This is Kimberly and it's 1:45 on a Saturday, and I'm excited to show you this incredible journal that I recently purchased. It actually came from Ireland, from Shirley Chillman. I thought that it was coming from UK or England, and I was super excited when I found out she was in Ireland. I think it's really a lot of fun to have journals from different countries in the world, or even different states in the U.S. So this is my first journal from Ireland, and it's a beauty. And then with this incredible journal, which I'm going to do the flip through first, came all of this ephemera. An enormous amount of incredible ephemera. Pieces, gorgeous pieces that she made, and tons of fabric and other pieces. So I will take you through that journey after we do the flip through. First, let me tell you where you can find Shirley. Shirley.Chillman, Chillman, is her Instagram, and her website and YouTube, where I discovered her, is Shirl's Artwork, Shirls Artwork. I'm telling you, she is a unique journal maker. She's mixed media and delicate all at the same time. To me, that's a very unusual combination, and that's what really intrigued me about this particular journal. But what also intrigued me about this journal is that it's all in neutrals. The most color is this green background. Let me tell you about this. If you go to YouTube, you can see her YouTube videos on how she made some of the aspects of this journal, because I asked her if it was available while she was in the process of making some of the pages. She wasn't even done with the cover, and I already knew that I wanted it because I love her hand, her touch with fabric, and she has a million stamps I've never seen before, and quotes I've never seen available in the small sizes and everything for journals. And she just has a way with putting collages together. I'm just super impressed with her. So I hope you'll check her out if you enjoy this. And again, it's Shirley.Chillman on Instagram and Shirl's Artwork on YouTube. All right. So what really got me to stop and pay attention to her video was this background material is a page from Chapter 1 Papers that she copied onto fabric. And some of you know that I'm a design team member for Chapter 1 Papers, and recently made a journal with this Victorian lady kit. So that was fun to see her use it in a different way. She cut out lace and put beads in the middle to decorate the dress, and then she used some kind of paint or watercolor pencil, maybe it was, to put the brown coloring on parts of the dress, and then she sewed some of the seams to make it, more three-dimensional. So really just kept it light and airy. Look at this piece of lace cut out up here. So pretty. So incredibly pretty. And then these laces are added. They're loose and really pretty, and buttons and beads, of course. And then the tie is part of the background fabric, and then the back is the other side of this green paper, and she left it unadorned, which I think is great. So let's go inside. As I said, I think it was the fact that it was all neutrals that I was so completely taken with it. In addition to her skill level, her artistic expression is so unique in my experience. And then all in neutrals, it just, oh my gosh, it just really, I think, is an unusual and really stunning journal. So this is a great first page because she's very much mixed media. She has so many things going on here. I'm going to hope that the focus is good and you can appreciate there's stamping, hand sewing, different materials and laces and die cuts and doilies. She stamps the material and also the cards, which are really scraps. She's the master of scraps. I mean, all of these are basically just scraps. She's got mixed in beige lace with the pink chiffon. Just amazing. She stenciled the background. And this is a glassine bag that she cuts the side out of and turns the corner down. She has light stamping on it and two great quotes that are printed on some sort of a clear label. And I just think it makes for a beautiful page. And this is the tag that goes inside. And it's literally a bag. She just took a piece of bag and, holey paper with holes in it, and glued on these different pieces of ephemera, and it's just fabulous. This is a piece of vellum, so it's always like feeling sort of ethereal. I would call this particular journal ethereal. It just has layers galore and all kinds of different things to grab your attention, and I think the vellum, the way she uses it, and the clear labels really adds to that ethereal nature, which I just think is really beautiful. So this is one of those great die cuts. And then she hand stitches this little bit of lace down here to this scrap. And then she uses gesso in a way that is, again, new to my eyes. I see people use gesso all the time, but I've never seen anybody use it the way Shirley does. And you'll continue to see it throughout this journal, so keep your eyes open. And this could be a place to put one of the pieces of ephemera that she sent me with it. It's like a built-in ridge, but really it's just part of the envelope. She uses a very loose cheesecloth, which I think is stunning. She sparkled up the vellum by putting some paint, hold the brush and tap. Splatters, paint splatters. This is one of my favorite pages. She used a film strip in such a pretty way. It looks so old. And then there's several fabrics under there and stamps and lace. It looks like a button. There's a piece of muslin coming down here. Just lovely. And the papers she's picked have a lot of sturdiness to them, so they could take paint well and gesso, and so pretty. More hand stitching. You can see how she's used gesso here. And then she coffee dyes her papers beautifully. And there's quite a few blank ones in here, given all the ephemera she sent. They won't be blank for long. It's an envelope. It's really a unique color. I think she must have tea-dyed it. Another collage with stamped fabrics and another wonderful quote. It's got a couple tags up here. And then another pocket in here, and another pocket here. I mean, it's just got all kinds of things going on, Just on and on with such unique things. Just a little bit of literally scrap brown paper, just like what was left after you cut a square out of the middle. And with the cheesecloth and the sewing machine, it just adds just enough balance to this kind of cascading collage. And again, another selvage edge, staple, die cut. So simple, and yet in this neutral journal, just beautiful. And this is one of those frames that's so popular right now. You can see all the netting and Tim Holtz flower. And the paper's crinkly. She left it very wrinkled, like it came out of the Amazon box. And this is her version of a belly band. I love it. Look at this. It's an old ledger, pencil, scrap holding it together. And then this tag. Look at this tag. So many fonts. Mostly it's stamped. It's got some book page back here. The gold and the white. Staples. Little teeny scrap of fabric there. Just love it. Just love it. I mean, this is a true scrap journal. True scrap journal. And yet, in my opinion, ethereal and beautiful. Some more pages. Piece of lace with satin ribbon down the middle. Oh, I put this in here from the ephemera collection. Look at this. I think it's embossed. I think it's an embossed, painted piece of fabric. I'm guessing she made it herself. It's got the feel of gesso. Very, very unique. So I thought it would look nice there. And then I love that she's used 2 quotes on one page. How often do you see that? And I love this one. Silence of nature can heal your soul and allow you to acknowledge your life story. So pretty. And then there is beauty and simplicity. I feel that way. Just love it. Just little hand and the little tiny staple and this pretty, probably Irish lace. Just beautiful. Sticking over the edge. Oh gosh, I keep forgetting how. I'm so sorry. I keep going out of frame. I love how mellow these pages are. They're not, heavy, but they have a lot of interest, a lot of design in them. This is a beautiful piece, I think. Oh, still doing it. Okay, let's try to get this right. I believe she printed on a piece of acetate. It says eternity in an hour. Oh my gosh. You could journal on that topic alone and to fill this whole book. Eternity in an hour. Oh my gosh. It's like when you fall in love, right? It feels like that. Such a great feeling. And then we've got this. That's gesso again. Do you see how she uses the gesso? And again, just the simplest of scraps. Just a bunch of teeny weeny scraps. Fabric and paper. Hand sewing and a label. I mean, I will never look at my little scraps again the same way. I'm changed forever. And I'm on this big cleaning binge, as some of you probably are aware, cleaning and finding. And I threw away bags and bags and bags of tiny scraps before I met her. Oh, well. I think I'll be making new ones. What do you think? Yeah, so she does this on the YouTube video. She takes one of these large envelopes that has the plastic in the middle, and she just cuts it in quarters, or maybe it's in half and then in quarter, and it just makes for a great window. I mean, you could put more behind here, but I love the face, the portrait on there. This is the most gesso she uses in the whole journal. Pocket. This is a digital because I have it. I love it though. It's a great one. Really old book page. It's like written in another, could be Latin. Junk journal pages, nice collection. This looks like an echo print with seeds. So pretty. And then look at this. This is just literally, you know, a throwaway, right? Or use it as a background, but no, it's like perfect here. It just goes so great with this and this. I love it. She's used that really popular frame right now from Sizzix, and it just looks great with the postal stamp inside. It's really an envelope. It's got more of the lace in it. And this is a directory. She's stamped in the corners to add a little font beautifulness. Nice paper. Another envelope. Another tag. So pretty. Just look at that. It's just so pretty. Now she's layered. This is a scrap glued on there. This is a scrap glued on there. This is a scrap glued on there. So there's 3 pieces of paper and then the frame. Oh my gosh, it's so simple. This is a piece of fabric with the stamping on it. Selvage edge. Some sort of a rayon, or yeah, I think it's rayon. Could be a blend, but it's mostly, I think, synthetic. So it's real smooth, and it takes the stamp well. Isn't it kind of amazing that the neutrality has just stayed absolutely throughout this whole thing? I mean, this is about the darkest we get, right? This coloring here. Darkness in that. Love this stamp. So pretty. More of that book page. Okay, and here's another one of those envelopes that she's left blank. So if I glued the bottom, it would become a pocket. Or it could just be like this, and there could be something on both sides that are pretty to see. And this is a bag. She included another one of these bags in the ephemera. So I'm guessing it's probably some famous department store in the UK that they also, that they have in Ireland. That's what I'm guessing. Such a pretty bag. I really love it. So let me go through some wonderful, there's something to show you. Wonderful, wonderful blank pages. And then another total scrap. She's hand stitched this one with a light silvery blue color thread. And then just a piece of trim edge onto a piece of paper and a piece of a doily. And that's it. That's the whole thing. And yeah, look how great it is. You could put a picture here. You could put a quote there. More blank pages. And then the envelope, which I think went around the entire, well, it's three, oh, she has a unique way of putting this together. I think she stitched them all together and then stitched it in there. Is that, you can see she hand stitched it. Oh, it's just they're all pointing towards each other. That's nice. I get big gaps between my signatures. I like this very much. Let's try that. Okay. And then the back has the same kind of pocket as the front. And we have this wonderful stamped little girl. And there's velvet going through this piece of lace. That's an old thin piece of lace. I think she put that velvet in there. Beautiful. Beautiful, Shirley. Just really, really unique and really beautifully appointed. It's just so artistic, and I think the truest version of a junk journal, because it's made with so many just literally throwaway scraps, and then what you do with them. Yummy. Okay, so now to the ephemera. Woo, my God. This is incredible, people. Incredible. Incredible. And completely unexpected. I was just so blown away. So blown away. So I am going to see about going through some of these with you. First of all, can you see that that's vellum? There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Aren't they beautiful? They're really pretty. When you put them up to the light, I know you can't appreciate it like I can, but it's almost like dimensionality here because of the light playing differently with the shades of gray. Glassine bag, and another one of those little stickers and great quotes. It says here, "It is such a secret place, the land of tears." Isn't that true? I just love that. I mean, we are talking simple and elegant. She's putting her gesso over these in the way she does, with the lightest, most delicate touch. Here's another one of these bags. Sure, a lot of you know who this bag is from. And then we have some pretty embossed tags. Beautiful. She hand sews the buttons on. And this is another way she does gesso. This one she made on YouTube channel. This is a pocket and a tag and a journal card all rolled into one. Great stamps. Soul whispers, you are enough, dare to dream. Life was meant for great adventure. I love it. I love that she uses 2 and 3 and 4 stamps on one piece. It feels like a front of a stationery book or a journal, paper journal. Isn't that fabulous? It says, "I dwell in possibility. She is made of sunlight. Enjoy the tiny wonders of everyday life." It's just so pretty. That face is her favorite clothing line, so I learned from watching her video. I haven't heard of it before, but it's a great label. There's a little pocket, another quote, fabrics, scrap fabrics. Wonderful picture of women in a, it's like Central Park area. Stamp over here. It's just fabulous. And an embossed postcard. Love it. The journal came wrapped in this and tissue paper. And we have, oops, I'm still too far forward. Look at how pretty this is. All kinds of stamps, all kinds of scraps, I mean. That's a scrap, that. All on one book page. This is the scrap, this is the scrap. Scrap. Look at this. This looks like it's one, like she used one piece of paper and then put the frame around the stamp. What a great piece of paper, though, that has that French. Beautiful. And then these are all of the more tea dye, coffee dyed coloring. That's scrapbook paper. Beautiful. And it's such great beauty. Here we have the iconic American looking Gibson girl. And here she is again. And then stickers. It's just so pretty. And German paper. And then there were some tags. Bits of lace. Eyelets, cutoffs. Love it. I mean, this is the size she works with, and look what she does with it. Here's a stamp piece of fabric. It's a satin weave, sateen. And then these cute little tags that will go in little pockets I can make out of some of this. And then a clothing tag. Oh, and then we have these. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Vellum. Look at all that. That's so pretty. So pretty. Fabric based. Beautiful. She gessoed and distressed the lace so it's stiff. It's so nice. That could be a tab. This is the incredible cheesecloth. I have never seen cheesecloth quite like this for sale. I mean, that doesn't mean it doesn't exist here. I just haven't seen it. What I buy ends up having, you know, they're tighter, and so I love the look she got by pulling it apart. It was very graphic on some of her pieces, and so delicate that it might have been difficult for you to see it on the camera. Piece of satin ribbon through this piece of lace. Another piece of that selvage edge, synthetic material. So it's great for stamping. Whereas this isn't great for stamping. If you want it to look, you know, really tiny letters, all typewritten like that poem, you know, you'd want to use a smoother fabric, not this. But for words, when it's just one big word and it doesn't matter, then this kind of thing is very rustic and cool. And then she's got just more incredible stamps on display with these stamped fabrics. It's a woman sitting at her artistic easel. I love this stamp. I mean, he's looking at her so lovingly, and it's a stamp, and yet you can make out their faces. Her eyes are shut, his eyes are shut. They are happy. I love this. There's two pieces that have this variegated, well, actually it's marked. It's like the piece of fabric she used had this already on it, like it was partially an upholstery weight fabric, and then she put the font stamp on it, and then the woman, or maybe she put the woman first and then the font. Hard to tell, but I love the way it looks spotted. There's another one in here with this, another Gibson girl. This matches that one design on the postcard piece of ephemera. This is another piece that could have been embossed, gessoed and embossed, or yeah, feels that way, but it's a mystery. Piece of muslin with a teeny little bit of stamp on it. Another piece of embossed. Here's that background again. And that's a model. She looks like a model. Hope it's showing up that you can see the spotted. See, I think it looked like this until she put the stamp on. I love that. I love that kind of upholstery fabric. And buttons in this great bag that has a butterfly. I haven't seen a butterfly. Wooden buttons, brown on one side, beige on the other. And then doilies. Puts laces that have the netting, so you really can't see the netting. All you see is the sewn part on top. It's so effective. I mean, you don't really know it's lace because just the hand stitching part shows up. And the whole butterfly is outline stitched with the same color thread as that. It's wonderful. Here's another one. She's colored. The butterfly stamp, outline stitched. Just beautiful. And look at that. She cut a hole in the cotton and left the edges raw and then put the frame around it. I mean, the layering that she does is so effective. Really, really lovely. And then here's another. This is the same stamp as the little girl on the last page of the journal. And then this is that popular frame right now. And I don't know if these were on the vellum. She machine stitched and punched. There's a lot happening in this. It's just, and splattered. Wow, it's beautiful. I think I've already showed you these. Yeah. So that's it. But that's a lot. That is a lot. Gosh, I hope you guys really found it as exciting as I did, because it just knocked my socks off, and I'm really happy to own it. And I hope you'll check her out if you found it beautiful or inspiring. And that's it. So have a wonderful day, and I will catch you soon. Thanks so much for stopping by. Really appreciate it. Take care. Bye-bye.